Okay, so we are starting in section 1. Section 1 covers whole numbers. In unit 1, we'll be adding whole numbers, or the addition of whole numbers. And as you can see in these right here, whole numbers are just numbers. There's no fractions, there's no decimals, it's just numbers by themselves. And to add these numbers, you have numbers in the ones column, the tens column, the 100s column, the thousands column, and then so on and so forth if you were moving on for larger numbers. Now in this first one, we're going to add 3, 7, and 9, and we can write that simply enough as here 3. Well, I'm going to make my lines a little bit thicker so that we can see. So 3 plus 7 plus 9, and if we add those 3 together, you can see that that becomes 19. Now one of the things that you'll notice is that because now we've got 19, we have more than 10, so this number here, the 1, we're going to move it over into the tens column, and I'm going to change this color real quick in the tens column. So we're going to add that 1 there. So we've got, well, it's not actually 1, it's 10, because 19 minus 10. So we're going to take that 10 away from the ones column, move it into the tens column. So we have 10 plus 20, because that 2 really represents 20, and the 6 really represents 60, and finally the last one, 80. So when we add all these together, you've got 80 and 100 and 160, 170. So we have 170. And again, you see that we have too many numbers for the tens columns because we have over 100. So I'm going to change the color again. And we're going to move this number then, we're going to move it over into the 100s column. So that 100, we'll just go ahead and write that down here to start with. We got 100 plus 100 plus 500 in the 100s column, and we add those all together, and that becomes 700. So, and I'm going to go ahead and move this 9 over here into the ones column. So the last we have is the thousands column, and you'll notice that there is nothing here, so there's a 0 that's implied in these spaces here. So 0 plus 4,000 is indeed just 4,000. So we'll just write that over here, 4,000. So we add it all together, and then there's 9 in the ones column, and there's 70 in the tens column, and then there's another 700 in the 100s column, and the 4,000 in the thousands column, and the number is, finally we come up with 4,779. Now we could have done it over here easy enough, where 7 and 3, so we have 19, so we'd write the 19, carry the 1, and 1 plus 2 is 3, and 6 is 9, and 8 is 17, and then we would carry that 1 again. 1 plus 1 is 2, and 5 is 7, and then just bring down the 4 because there's nothing else to add to it. And we could have done it easier this way, but I did it this way to show you that what we're dealing with is not just single numbers. The numbers in this column, this first column, are ones. The second column are tens. The third column then represents the ones, hundreds, and thousands, and then so on and so forth. The 10,000s, the 100,000s, the millionths, and etc., etc. So to make this maybe understand it a little bit easier, we're going to go on to we'll look at this first question you have in your book. It has 13 millimeters plus 33 millimeters plus 125 millimeters, and the last was 109 millimeters. So instead of going through, and I'm going to change this colors just to make it a little bit easier to see what we're doing. So instead of going through what I did before, we'll just do it as we normally would. So 3 and 3 is 6, and 5 is 11, and 9 it makes that 20. So we drop a 0 there, and we'll carry the 2 up here. So 2 plus 3 is 3, plus 3 is 6, and 2 is 8. Now you don't have anything to carry here, so you just add 1, and 1 is 2. So your answer to your first question in your book then is 280.